Today we're talking about really bad games, or mostly universally panned games, that had somewhat of an amazing either idea or an amazing part of the game, and it just was overshadowed by all the shit in the game. So we're going to begin with Alpha Protocol's choice system. There's lots of amazing choices in this game that can drastically change the entire game, more so than games like Mass Effect or Dragon Age. Still, the poor graphics, clunky controls, and especially the big glitches held this game back from being great, but we can always hope for more choice systems like this game featured.
You brought it on her.
Please, just let me help her. There's still time.
The bullet went through her heart.
Alone in the Dark was a game that was not liked by just about everybody. I liked it enough, and I enjoyed my time with it, but it had massive bugs, mostly bad controls, and a wacky story. Saying that, its opening was pretty freaking awesome. Escaping the building on fire, and then escaping what is an earthquake, only to be thrown into a semi-open world area and figuring out yourself what to do next. That's a pretty awesome opening. Unfortunately, after that, most people just turn the game off. Drakengard or Dragongard, whatever it's called, was universally panned. Slow gameplay, repetitive gameplay, so-so graphics, and so on. I enjoyed my time with it, despite it being very repetitive in nature. What was the great part of it, though? The story. Just read the story on Wikipedia, and then watch the endings online on YouTube. Insane. It's just fucking insane endings, and it's a great story in an otherwise forgettable title.
Cere, you are a fine young lad. You mustn't be afraid. I will not die. Now go, please.
TMNT Out of Shadows is the more recent one, but it holds so true here. Crappy controls, bad graphics, bad story, and so on make this game either a bore or frustrating to actually get through. However, one major awesome thing were the finishers. They look badass and very Ninja Turtles-like. Too bad for the rest of the game, huh? Sonic 06 is my #1 game, with a great idea or part, but otherwise terrible title. Why is this on here? The idea of the story where Sonic teams up with Shadow and Silver, like these Super Saiyan badass motherfuckers, is exciting to anyone, and have really cool graphics. So, what went wrong? Well, it wasn't exciting to actually play this fucking game. Shitty as hell gameplay, terrible level design, glitches up the anus, terrible storyline. So it comes down to this: cool idea, terrible execution. And while some might have made it through this game to see the ending and might be happy with the story, but if you deny the fact that this game isn't a gigantic piece of shit in terms of gameplay, it's just ludicrous. Game sucked. So, all done. Here are 5 games that were mostly universally panned or just pretty much bad. And these are the parts in the game that were actually pretty cool, or what I would like to see more of. List some games below that were pretty bad in the eyes of the general public or yourself, and list the great parts of that game, or one great part is usually all that holds up in a bad game. So, list them below. Whitey out.